please stand and remain standing for the invocation which will be given by Father Joseph Narakat.
We stand before you, Holy Spirit, conscious of our sinfulness, but aware that we gather in your name. We ask your blessing on the newly elected officials and ask that you guide them by your wisdom and keep them faithful to all that is true. You who live and reign with the Father and the Son, one God, forever and ever. Amen.
Guard to the rear post.
Thank you. You may be seated. The official results of the election held on November 7, 2017, certified by the county clerk as follows. Mayor John G. Ducey, 14,405. Ruth Ann Scaturo, 6,783. Anthony Matthews, 278. Robert Canfield, 190. Council, Mariana Ponterero, 11,864. Heather D. Young, 11,735. Paul Mamalo, 11,734.
Recount.
John Siaco, 8,587. Marilyn Lago, 8,578. Lois Turner, 8,412. At this time, the Honorable Governor-elect Phil Murphy will administer the oath of office to Mayor John Ducey.
The mayor just reminds me that if I'm going to say a few words, I may want to do that now. Is that possible? Just
Sure, of
2
course.
minutes, just because unfortunately I can't stay. The real reason I'm here today is that I won 36% of the vote in Brick, and John won 65%, so I'm down here. I'm down here trying to learn a few lessons, figure out what the heck went on. But I'm incredibly honored to be here. I was just saying to John and Joanne, I remember the first day I walked into this building, it was a lot warmer than it was today. But this is a community that I've really enjoyed coming to, and you all have been incredibly gracious having me here at every turn. So to not just the mayor and Joanne and the other senior advisors, members of council, the entire community. A particular shout out to our veterans and members of law enforcement. This is hey, hey, hey. Whether it's going to your fantastic fireworks in the summer, or going to your mayor's ball, or just coming here and rolling up our sleeves and trying to figure out what we can do together to make this community, this county. Our chair, Wyatt Earp, is here. Spent a lot of time with him on that, and our state. and our state as strong as it can be. By the way, Union County Sheriff, about to be Senator, Joe Cryans in the back of the house. Joe, I didn't see you there. Nice to see you. I'd probably make a mistake if I keep going on and on and on and introducing others here, but I'd just say two things, Mayor, if I can, before I have the honor. First of all, thank you for the honor to swear you and members of council in today. Number one, we're a lot stronger if we get there together, and it'll last longer. And so, notwithstanding that we've all got our great partisan passions, the fact of the matter is this is a time for the state to close ranks and work together. There's too much winds blowing at us from all directions. This isn't a question about what party you're in. This is a question about smart governing, doing the best we can for our constituents. And that's why, another reason I love coming here, because this is a community that really works well, where the partisan piece is checked at the door. Folks come into this chamber and they try to do the right things by their citizens. And that's another reason that I'm always attracted to come here. The second thing I'd say is I think our nose gets too pressed against the glass sometimes. I know mine does. You pick up the paper every morning. You know, just today, property taxes, veterans aren't getting cared for properly, anti-immigrant stuff, all of the things you feel like, you know what, we'll never be able to deal with all this. And yet, we too infrequently step back and say, you know what, this is a great state. This is a great country. I just flew in. I was outside of this country for a couple of days. I just flew in last night, and we are still, notwithstanding everything that's going on in Washington and Congress, wherever, regardless of what party you're in, we are still the beacon on the hill. This state epitomizes America as much as any state in our union. We're the most diverse state in the United States of America. My guess is we'll never be the low-cost, cheap place to be, but we will once again, you have my word, because we're going to do this together. Folks will say, you know what, it's worth it. You get a lot back in New Jersey. You got great public schools, great public transportation, diversity, communities millennials want to live in, a shore that's second to none. I was on the phone with the governor of California a couple weeks ago. I said, I want to emulate you and be the California of the East Coast. And someone said to me, Murphy, you got to get more attitude. You should have said, California, you'll be lucky if you're the New Jersey of the West Coast. So for all of the above reasons, I'm incredibly honored to be in this community, as I always am. Thank you for the honor to swear you, Mayor, in and members of council. And God bless you all, and God bless New Jersey. Stand the X. Can you all hear me? You ready, Chief? Yes. Here we go. I state your name.
I, John D. III,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of mayor
of the office of mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
And that I solemnly swear
And I solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey.
of the State of New Jersey,
And that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
The money shot.
We good?
Okay.
Congratulations.
At this time, the Honorable Governor-elect Phil Murphy will administer the oath of office to Councilwoman Mariana Ponterero.
Come on up. Like half this room is from Mariana's family.
Pretty much. Mariana. Chris. Give him the Bible. The Bible. Mariana, you need the Bible. There we go.
Here it is.
I would just say as a point of personal privilege, it's a particular treat, given all the road that you've had to travel, Mariana, to be here with you today. God bless you. Left hand on it and raise your right hand. Okay, get the glasses out. This is going to sound very familiar. I state your name.
I, Mariana C. Considero, now cancer-free,
And then you get better than that. Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of councilwoman
of the office of councilwoman
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I solemnly swear
and that I solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments
and to the government
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Okay, you're gonna have a wide angle lens on this one. Well, I wanted to do family first, but.
Her family.
All right, okay. You good?
Good.
One more time.
What?
At this time, the Honorable Governor-elect Phil Murphy will administer the oath of office to Councilman Paul Mumolo.
That's good.
No. I would be next.
Paul, we're not going in order of how many votes we got.
There we go, you ready? Here we go, Paul. I state your name.
I, Paul Mumolo,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of office of councilman
of office of councilman
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I solemnly swear
that I solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of
of
the State of New Jersey,
the State of New Jersey.
and that I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments
and to the government
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
At this time, the Honorable Judge Mark Troncone will administer the oath of office to Councilwoman Heather DeYoung.
I
I, Heather,
state your name.
Heather DeYoung,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will perform the duties
and that I will perform the duties
of a member of the Brick Township Council
as a member of the Brick Township Council
faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly,
and justly,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
I will call the roll. Councilwoman Zapsik.
Here.
Councilman Halloran.
Here.
Councilwoman Crate.
Here.
Councilman Mumalo.
Here.
Councilman Fosman.
Here.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Here.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Here.
Thank you. At this time, I will call for nominations for the 2018 Council President.
I would like to nominate Councilwoman Heather DeYoung, my running mate. She's a very hardworking councilwoman, and I know she'll do a great job leading us in 2018.
And I beat you by one vote.
And by one. I'm having a recount done, so this is not official.
I second the nomination.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close nominations?
I make a motion to close nominations.
Second.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Councilwoman Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes, even though I beat you both.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you. At this time, Mayor John Ducey will swear in the new council president, Heather DeYoung.
I, Heather DeYoung, do solemnly just want to thank my colleagues and for the opportunity to lead this council, and I want to thank all of my family for all of their support, and hopefully we'll have a great 2018, so thank you. Are there any nominations for the office of Council Vice President 2018?
Council President,
Yes.
I would like to nominate Councilwoman Lisa Crate for the position of Council Vice President. Councilwoman Crate has proven herself to be a dedicated, knowledgeable, thoughtful, and compassionate leader on this council, and therefore I am pleased to nominate her for Council Vice President.
Thank you.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close nominations?
I make a motion to nominate, to elect,
Close.
close. Okay,
Something like
one of those.
Do we
And I
have-
second it. I know.
There we go.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Councilwoman Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes. At this time, Mayor John Ducey will swear in new council vice president. Whatever.
I, Lisa Crate, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of Council Vice President according to the best of my ability, and that I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, so help me God.
You didn't get a kiss? Paul's mad, he didn't get a kiss. We will now have opening remarks by the mayor.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam President. I want to thank Governor-elect Murphy for his gracious words and for joining us here on this special day. I want to thank Council President DeYoung and all the council members, and I look forward to your service and to your leadership in the years ahead. It was a privilege to have the governor-elect administer the oath of office, and please know that I do not take those words that I said lightly. Thank you to Sheriff Cryan, soon to be Senator Cryan, for your guidance. For your guidance and support even before I was on council. So you've been there right from the beginning, and I really, really appreciate that. And thank you for taking time out of your day to come down on a busy day like this to be part of the celebration. I want to thank the people of Brick Township for the faith that you have placed in me. It's the greatest honor of my life to be the mayor of this great town. Most importantly, I want to thank Deirdre, my first lady for the past 18 and a half years. Thank you for all your support and your understanding. Thank you to my son, Jack, for all your patience and support and for always making me proud. want to thank my mom, Eileen, for the values that you have guided me through, that you've given me, that have guided me throughout my life. And also want to thank the rest of my family and extended family and in-laws for being here and for all the support that you've given me over the years. Thank you very much, everybody. I want to thank all of the employees and staff of our great town, all the way from our awesome business administrator, Joanne Bergen, all the way down to our part-time camp counselors, lifeguards, and every single person in between, the entire police department, the entire town hall, the entire Department of Public Works, and Recreation Department, and everybody else in between. You guys are the ones who provide the great customer service to our residents and work hard every single day, and that's what makes Brick such a terrific place to live. So thank you to each and every one of you. I want to congratulate my running mates, Mariana Ponterero, Paul Mumolo, and Heather DeYoung on your victory and your celebration here today. Congratulations, everybody. And we have just completed 4 years of working together as mayor and council, and we have accomplished a lot. We had a 100-day plan at the very beginning, and a number of things were on there. One of the overall goals was transparency in government. We decided we wanted to do emailed newsletters. We did that. And then the Senior Citizens Advisory Council came to Town Hall and said, well, everybody gets an email newsletter, but we don't. Can you do a paper newsletter? So we started that as well. And then we started a thing called Blog Talk Radio to try to get interaction with the constituents. And that went over okay, although you had to sign in somewhere else, and it was really a pain. We came up, Jersey Shore Hurricane News came up with an idea of doing Facebook Live. I did that, and we continued it on. We do that twice a month, where I sit there on Facebook, and whatever questions come in, I just answer them in the order that they come in. Just a way to have access to your government, access to your mayor on a twice-a-month basis. We got rid of the red light cameras together, and which gives transparency in government. Those cameras were there to make money. They were, using our residents of town here as ATM machines, as opposed to being for safety. What they were, what the whole background was supposed to be for. So the transparency part of it, showing that accidents actually went up, was enough to get rid of those things. Making Brick a family-friendly and a place that people want to stay and they want to move to was one of our goals and one of our accomplishments over the 4 years. We redid a number of parks, starting with Windward Beach Playground, the Herbertsville Park, which used to be Colorado Park. We went over to Lake Riviera Park, Angela Hibbert Park, and a number of those parks. When you drive past there on any given Saturday, Sunday, or after school during the school year, or even a weekday during the regular hours, those parks are well used. The residents are together. They're enjoying their neighborhood. They're getting to know each other, and it's making Brick a smaller community, even though we have 85,000 people in this town. We also started a teen council. So we had a senior advisory council. We then had a teen advisory council. And one of the ideas that came out of there is teens wanted a place to go to. So we were lucky enough this past November to cut the ribbon on our teen center, and it's the first teen center that we're aware of in Ocean County. It's a place where kids can go, be safe, and have fun, and stay out of trouble. So it's a very, very big accomplishment, thanks to the hard work of Councilwoman Zapsik in getting a grant, along with a number of members of our staff. We started a farmer's market, again, just to have a community event where people can get together every single Saturday, buy healthy food. You can also buy milkshakes and cake and cookies and candy and stuff, too, if you want. We started a community garden up at off of Herbertsville Road, and it's been great. Another opportunity for people to get together and have a small town feel to our large town. We added a Summerfest show. We went up to 4 concerts. So every single Thursday in July, we have a concert. And we added something called Fall Fest, because we heard there used to be Founders Day. It used to be Founders Day. It was in the fall, so let's do something. So we started Fall Fest, and it's been very, very successful. Food trucks, fireworks, and a bunch of different October-type activities for the kids. Safety. We have the largest police force in the history of Brick Township. We restarted up our BMAC committee. We increased our DARE officers, doubled them. We started the Lead and Seed program. We started the Not Even Once program. The Blue Heart program started here along with Manchester. Blue Heart program that's a program where somebody who's addicted and they want and need help, they come here to our police station, and they get the help they need. They come in, they can bring drugs in with them if they want, they can bring heroin with them if they want. They don't need to have insurance, do not need to have money. Our officers do a screening. We then have preferred behavioral come in, do an official mental health type screening about what type of bed and what type of program the person needs, and they go directly from our police department to that bed. We've already helped over 250 people get off of their, get healthy and get off of their addiction. And thank you to Chief Riccio, Deputy Chief Mazza, for all the hard work that your department does, the best men and women police force of the entire state and probably in the entire country. So thank you for being leader of that great force. Fiscal responsibility, we reduced the size of government, we eliminated friends and families getting hired, zero-based budgeting we put in place, we reduced our debt by over $17 million in the 4 years that I was mayor, and we had our first tax decrease last year in over 30 years in this town. So being fiscally responsible, a very, very important aspect of the 4 years term. But we cannot and we will not rest on our laurels. So everybody's getting ready to work still, right? As I said earlier, we're in a new year, and it's a new day, and we have a new 4-year term. You're going to hear later when it comes to the part of the meeting where we're making various appointments to committees. There were 6 openings that we had, and we had over 60 resumes and letters of interest come from all sorts of different people around town for 6 spots. People are excited about Brick Township, and they want to be involved in making Brick better. I wish there were spots for everyone who applied. Other years, we were actually begging people the morning of this particular meeting of a swearing in. We were begging people of trying to fill all the spots, and now we have 10 times the amount of resumes that we have spots for. So it's just great seeing the community participation. Now, there's still a few people who will not cooperate, or more importantly, will not collaborate. Some are in the business of vilifying people who are not on their quote-unquote side. However, I know that based upon the people who applied and wanted to be a part of these committees in Brick Township is a model for the rest of the country of how both political parties as well as independents can collaborate and get things done. People above politics has worked well for the last 4 years, and that philosophy is definitely going to continue over the next 4 years. Things that we're going to be working on over the next 4 years include safety. We're finally getting our beach replenishment project. It will be completed in 2018. Hopefully it'll be starting within the next 2 or 3 weeks. That is going to add 200 feet of sand to our beaches, which is going to be great as far as having the protection of our residents, not only in the ocean front, but also so that it will hopefully prevent, it's engineered by the Army Corps, hopefully will prevent any further breaches so that our people on the lagoons and on the rivers and on the bay side are also safe. It's also going to give us all a little bit more spaces with our blankets and towels so we won't be sitting on top of each other in the summer. Increase the number of police officers. One of my goals, and along with the chief, we're going to be increasing the size of our police department up to the amount deemed necessary in order to continue to provide the full protection that our residents deserve and that our residents have been receiving. We're going to continue our efforts against heroin and opiates by instituting a number of different programs. We want to keep Brick family friendly in a place that people want to come to and do not want to leave. We're going to continue with our park program with Bernie Cook being started and completed in 2018, and the Cedar Bridge Manor Park being designed in 2018, and hopefully construction starting in Cedar Bridge Manor Park. We're also starting a new family activity called Kids to Parks Day, which is on May 19th. It's a Saturday, and what we're going to do is going to provide a school bus and take the residents around to all of our different parks and visit all the different parks. So if anybody's interested in that, please sign up. It's going to be on May 19th. Transparency. Based on the number of qualified committee candidates for the committees that were open, we are going to be beginning 2 new committees. One is the Economic Development Committee, and then the second one is the Council Committee on Health that Councilwoman Mariana Prontorero often speaks about. So we have a lot of those 60 resumes that we've already received. We're going to go through them first because they were interested in the other committees to see if they're interested in these committees and are qualified for these two new committees. We want to have transparency in government with committees meeting on economic development, on health issues, and the health committee is going to be a range of health issues. Fiscal responsibility, keeping taxes stable within the 2% cap, regardless of whether or not it goes away, and lowering a debt If everybody remembers, 4 years ago I stood here, I said we would lower our debt $6 million over my 4 years. We had a plan to reduce it $1.5 million a year. We actually did over $17 million. But I'm standing here again saying over the next 4 years we will reduce our debt $6 million more, again $1.5 million a year. Hopefully we'll do more like we did this time, but it's just important to get our debt under control because that's what gives you fiscal sustainability. The last 4 years has brought back Brick pride and a small town community despite our large population. We ran 4 years ago on a platform to make people's lives better. Hashtag Brick Proud has and will continue. But the problems we face as a town and as a country are too vast to be solved by government alone. The solutions rest with each of us doing our part. The responsibility is now ours. One way to make everyone's lives even better is just by being kind. Letting that person out of the jug handle in front of you. Moving out of the right lane if you're going straight to let people make right on red. Letting someone make the left turn in front of you at 88 and Van Zyl. Not blocking the box or making an illegal right-hand turn off of 70 on Duquesne. Not making an illegal left out of the apartments onto Old Hooper Avenue. Not speeding through residential streets. Mowing your lawn. Not blowing your leaves into the street. Moving your cars off the street when it snows. Treating people with respect despite differing views. These are all quality of life things that if we were just kind enough to each other could be resolved and makes people's lives better. These are some of the things probably take up about 75 to 80% of the time of being mayor, where it just comes down to being kind to each other, taking away the selfishness that people have trying to race to work, and so they're speeding down a residential street. So one thing people today overlook far too much is the simple yet effective act of kindness. In this cold new world, overtaken by selfishness and greed, is a desperate need for those little acts of care. Just a helping hand or a quick show of compassion can turn another person's day completely around. It will not only make someone else's life better, it most likely will make your life better as well. So thank you very much. Happy New Year. I appreciate the time for your comments.
Thank you, Mayor. Now we will hear remarks from our outgoing Council President, Councilman Art Halloran.
Thank you, Council President. I'll speak from here if that's okay. I want to first congratulate Council President DeYoung for being nominated and elected to the President's job, and certainly Council Vice President Crate. I couldn't feel more comfortable in handing over the gavel to Council President DeYoung. She was kind of my go-to person when I needed information because I was newer to it, and she was there all the time for me. She has a tremendous knowledge of the town and what has been going on for years, and also just so willing to share that information, and it made my job a lot easier. Certainly, thank you, excuse me, thank you to the mayor and Ms. Bergen and Councilor Starkey for your support, and certainly to Lynette and Jen. I don't know what I would have done without you. You kept me on time and kept me going, kept me on the right track. I really appreciate it. And certainly a big thank you to and congratulations to those members who were just reelected, and thank you to all the members who supported me so well every time I had a question and needed assistance, and certainly the cooperation was tremendous, and I truly appreciate it. And last but not least, let me thank my wife who supports me, and she was very cooperative in all the nights that I was out and all the days that I was at different events. So I truly appreciate that, Mary Jane. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you so much for your service, Councilman Halloran, and for your dedication and your leadership to this council. You have led us very nobly and ably through, of course, another election year, and we appreciate your demeanor up here while going through our council meetings. and you have been a very important part of our team. And I will be calling you for your guidance on certain issues and throughout my term as president. So we have this plaque to present, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Great, thank you.
Now, the mayor has some appointments that he would like to announce.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. As I stated earlier, that we had 6 new appointments, but we do have a number of reappointments, and they do have to formally be done. So the Architectural Review Committee, Michelle Strassheim, Julia McGrath, Alyssa Cummins, Township Engineer, and Michael Fowler, Municipal Planner, along with the new appointment, Anthony Zarilli. Environmental Commission, Ryan Gabriel, Garrett Tony Kono, Joanne Lambusta, the Planning Board Representative, and two new members, Bob Raish and an alternate, Emily Robertson. Historic Preservation Commission, Robert Coda, new member Denise DeMartine, and Julia McGrath. Planning Board, Brad Clayton as Class 1 Mayor's Designee, Joanne Lambusta, Class 2 Environmental Commission Representative, Bernie Cook, Class 4 member, Richard Gross, Class 4 member, Cosmo Ochagrosso, Class 4 member, George Osipovich, Class 4 member. Property Maintenance, all reappointments. Ed Bucher, George Savasco, Joe Gilsonen, James Hogan, Sandra Thomas, Joanne Bergen, Stephen Brill, and Dan Newman. The Shade Tree Commission, reappointment, Dorothy Laposa. And Sustainable Brick Township, Bob Checkeye, the Mayor's Designee. Council Representative, Councilwoman Lisa Crate. New member, Ken Summers, the DPW Representative. Mike Fowler, Municipal Planner. Sharon Ercoliani, Environmental Commission Representative. John Hyphantis, Chairman. New member, Roberta Cartwright. New member, Sarah Rose Christodoulou. Paul Kurtz. Joseph Lamb. Brian Mursky, the Chamber of Commerce Representative. And Stephen Specht, MUA Representative. Thank you for everybody who put in your resumes. Sorry where there wasn't enough spots. We're going to try to find some other committees. And thank you for everybody who re-upped and was welcoming to be reappointed. It's a lot of time for some of these committees and a lot of commitment, and I thank you on behalf of Brick Township for all the work that you put in for all the committees. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Madam Clerk?
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. Resolution 21, establish council meeting dates 2018. This resolution establishes council meeting dates for 2018. Resolution 22, establish bank depositories cash management plan 2018. This resolution adopts a cash management plan and establishes bank depositories as part of that plan. The cash management plan is an annual requirement for all municipalities and is developed by our CFO in accordance with local fiscal affairs law. Resolution 23, authorize payment of the township's 2018 debt service. Mayor Ducey?
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the payment of the township's debt service for 2017. As part of our debt reduction plan, we have reduced the net debt of the township by $18.5 million since I first took office in 2014. We will further reduce the net debt of the township by another $1.5 million during 2018, which will give the total at this time next year of $20 million. And this includes the fact that we will be doing an $8.5 million capital program, which is the capital program is all the large projects, the roads, the parks, the trucks, all the equipment, things of that that are large purchases. We still do an $8.5 million capital plan every single year, But even doing that large number, we're still able to reduce our debt $18.5 million. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 24, authorize 2018 temporary budget. This resolution authorizes the adoption of a temporary budget, which must be done within the first 30 days of January, so that commitments and payments can be made prior to the adoption of the budget. Resolution 25, designate public agency compliance officer. This resolution designates Township Purchasing Agent Mary Ann Jasinski, a Brick Township's Public Agency Compliance Officer for a one-year period. The New Jersey Department of the Treasury Affirmative Action Office requires that municipalities designate an official to act as a liaison to serve as the Public Agency Compliance Officer. Resolution 26, designate agent for Taxing District 3, Ocean County Board of Taxation. This resolution designates the tax assessor or municipal attorney as authorized to act as the agent for the taxing district during the year of 2018 and to execute stipulations of settlement on any tax appeal or complaint filed by the taxing district or by a taxpayer in the tax year 2018. Resolution 27, authorize petty cash funds. This resolution authorizes petty cash funds as needed in the Township Clerk's Office, Police Department, Public Works, Land Use, and Parks Departments. Agenda items 8 through 26 are annual appointments made by the Township Council for various professional services. The process is as follows. The Township Council authorizes the solicitation of bids. The purchasing agent then issues requests for proposals for these services. In accordance with the local public contract law, bids are received and opened at an advertised date and time, which is open to the public. Those bids are first reviewed by purchasing agent for compliance with the bid specifications, and those that meet all of the requirements are provided to the appropriate department or division head for review and recommendation to the purchasing agent. Their recommendations are made in writing, and copies are provided to the Township Council as part of the annual appointment process. Resolution 28, authorize advice and consent for fair and open professional services contract with Township Attorney. Councilman Mumolo.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes approval for a contract award to be made to Starkey, Kelly, Keneally, Cunningham, and Turnback, Toms River, New Jersey, as Township Attorney.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
They're not
Zach.
happy with our
Your
council.
grandson.
That's good.
That's because Grumpy was talking. Resolution 29, authorize advice and consent for fair and open professional services contract with municipal prosecutor, alternate, and conflict prosecutor. Councilman Fosman.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the contract awards made by the following professionals: Municipal Prosecutor Grace Marmero, Associates of Woodbury; Alternate Prosecutor Dagnan Brophy Wall of Wall; Eric M. Bernstein and Associates; Warren and McKenna, DuPont, Higgins, and Stone, Red Bank. Conflict Prosecutor Dagnan and Brophy Wall, Eric M. Bernstein and Associates, Warren and McKenna, DuPont, Higgins, and Stone, Red Bank. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2010, authorize advice and consent for fair and open professional services contract with municipal public defender, alternate, and conflict public defender. Councilwoman Zatz.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the contract award to be made to the following professionals: Municipal Public Defender, Matthew R. Sage, Toms River; Alternate Public Defender, Cleary, Giacobbe, Alfieri, and Jacobs, Matawan; Montenegro, Thompson, Montenegro, and Gens, Brick; and Sin, Fitzsimmons, Cantoli, Bogan, Weston, Stewerman, Point Pleasant Beach. Conflict Public Defender, Brian J. DeStefano, Esquire, Bayville; Cleary, Giacobbe, Alfieri, and Jacobs, Matawan; the Law Offices of Santiago and Associates, P.C., Freehold; Lieb Klein, Esquire, Lakewood; Montenegro, Thompson, Montenegro, and Gens, Brick; and Sin, Fitzsimmons, Cantoli, Bogan, Weston, Stewerman, Point Pleasant Beach.
Thank you. Resolution 2011, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for legal counsel for redevelopment issues. Councilman Halloran.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes a professional services contract with McManaman, Scotland, Bauman, Roseland, in Roseland, as legal counsel for redevelopment issues.
Thank you. Resolution 2012, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for township auditor. Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a professional services contract with Fallon and Larson LLP as municipal auditor.
Thank you. Resolution 2013, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for professional accountant services. Vice President Crate.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a professional services contract with Bauman and Company for professional accountant services.
Thank you. Resolution 2014, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for Affordable Housing Council. Councilman Mumolo.
This resolution authorizes a professional service contract with Rhino and Coughlin Mincello LLC of Woodbridge for Affordable Housing Council.
Thank you. Resolution 2015, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for legal services pool. Councilman Fosman.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes professional service contracts to be made to a pool of professionals in several categories. Let's see if I got all these names correct here. There's quite a few of them. Tax Appeal Council, Angosino, Weber, Wascala, Taylor, LLC, Parsippany, and Starkey, Kelly, Keneally, Cunningham, and Turnback, Toms River. Attorney Pool, Dagnan and Brophy, Wall Township, Durgan, West Caldwell, Florio, Perucci, Steinhardt, Fader, LLC, Rochester Park, Rochelle Park, let's see, Grace, Murillo, and Associates LLP, Woodbury, Kevin B. Rodan, Esquire LLC, Toms River, King, Kittrick, Jackson, and McWeeny LLC, Brick, Leitner, Tort, DeFazio, Leitner, and Browse, PC, Edison, Montenegro, Thompson, Montenegro, and Gents Brick, Raynone, Kaufman, Mincello, LLC, Woodbridge, Sakari, and Hensel, Toms River, Warren Law Group, Parsippany, and Wisniewski and Associates, Sayreville. Tax Foreclosure Council, Goldberg, Mackler, Segi, Mentz, Pfeiffer, Bonchi, and Gill, Northfield, and Labor Council, Raynone, Coughlin, Mincello, LLC, Woodbridge. Was that close? Was that close?
Thank you. Resolution 2016, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services for contract for engineering services pool. Vice President Crate.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes professional services contracts to be made to a pool of professionals including Engineering Surveying Pool, Adams, Raymond and Hagen, Hamilton, Brightview Engineering, Roseland, CME Associates, Howell, H2M Associates, Parsippany, Mazer Consulting, Red Bank, Matrix New World Engineering, Florham Park, Mott McDonald, Freehold, Prestige Environment, Inc. of Somerset, Suburban Consulting Engineers, Flanders, and T&M Associates, Toms River. Environmental Engineer, CME Associates of Howell, and Traffic Engineer, Brightview Engineering, Roseland.
Thank you. Resolution 2017, authorize mayor to enter into fair and professional services contract for architectural services pool. Councilwoman Zapsik.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes professional services contracts to be made to a pool of professionals, including Architects Design Group, Winter Park, Florida, Barlow, Governale and Associates, Brick, DMR Architects, Hasbrook Heights, Netta Architects, Mountainside, Robbie Conley Architect, Woodbury Heights, Tokarski and Millman Architects, Wall, and Yezi Architects, Toms River.
Thank you. Resolution 2018, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for bond counsel. Councilwoman Pontorero.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a professional services contract with Woolens, Goldman, and Spitzer for bond counsel.
Thank you. Resolution 2019, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for financial advisor. Councilman Halloran.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a professional services contract with NW Financial Group for financial advisor. Thank you.
Resolution 2020, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for property appraisal, property inspection services pool. Councilman Mumolo.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes a professional service contract for appraisal, property inspection service pool to Henry J. Mancini and Associates, Inc., Manahawkin, and Starmark Appraisals, LLC of Lakewood.
Thank you. 2021, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for property maintenance board attorney. Councilwoman Pontorero.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes a professional services contract with Charles D. Bauer, Brick Township, for property maintenance board attorney.
Resolution 2022, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for hearing officer. Councilman Fosman.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a professional service contract with Dagnan, Brophy, Wall Township for hearing officer.
Resolution 2023, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for animal control officers services. Vice President Crate.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes a professional services contract with A Academy of South Jersey, Howell, for animal control officer.
Resolution 2024, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for planning services pool. Councilwoman Zapsik.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes professional service contracts to be made to a pool of professionals, including Adams, Raymond, and Hagen, Havertown, CME Associates, Howell, Leon S. Avakian Incorporated Consulting Engineers, Neptune, Mazer Consulting, Red Bank, Matrix New World Engineering, Eatontown, and Tetra Tech EC Incorporated, Parsippany.
Resolution 2025, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for code enforcement prosecutor. Councilman Halloran.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes a professional service contract to be made to Degnan and Brophy, Wall, New Jersey, for code enforcement prosecutor. Thank you.
Resolution 2026, authorize mayor to enter into fair and open professional services contract for veterinary services. Councilwoman Pontorero.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the award of contract for veterinary services on an as-needed basis to Cedars Veterinary Hospital in Brick and Jersey Shore Veterinary Emergency Service in Lakewood.
Resolution 2027, authorize purchasing agent to enter into certain contracts for purchases and services with certain vendors under state contracts. This resolution authorizes the purchasing agent to enter into agreements on behalf of the township for the performance of work or the furnishings of materials, equipment, or supplies in accordance with state statute. 2028, authorize execution of Schedule C agreement with County of Ocean for 2018. This resolution authorizes the execution of Schedule C agreement with the County of Ocean. The county provides certain goods and services if needed to municipalities who are charged labor and equipment rates as outlined in the agreement. These services include mowing, snow plowing, road overlay, traffic signal repair, and vehicle maintenance services. Many of these services we do in-house, so we rarely use the county, but we do participate each year in the event we have a project that would be a good fit for this program. Resolution 2029, authorize 3 members and 1 alternate 1 to the Board of Adjustment. Councilman Halloran.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the appointment to the Board of Adjustment of David Chadwick, Frank Miser, and Dawn Marie White for a 4-year term effective January 1, 2018, and expiring on December 31, 2021. Carl Anderson as an alternate 1 member for an unexpired 2-year term effective January 1, 2018, and expiring December 31st, 2018. Michelle Strausheim as a alternate 2 member for a 2-year term effective January 10, 2018, and expiring December 31st, 2019. Thank you.
Resolution 2030, authorize appointment of 1 commissioner and alternate 1 and alternate 2 to the Municipal Utilities Authority. Councilman Mumolo?
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the appointments to the Municipal Utilities Authority. William Nisi to a 5-year term expiring January 31st, 2023. Sandra P. Hawthorne-Tormey as alternate 1 member to an unexpired 5-year term expiring January 31st, 2020. And Jason Kiernan as alternate 2 member for the unexpired 5-year term expiring January 31st, 2019. Thank you.
Resolution 2031, authorize appointments to the Property Maintenance Board. Councilwoman Zapsik?
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the appointments of Edward Bucher, George Savasco, Joseph Gilsonin, James Hogan, and Sandra Thomas to the Property Maintenance Board for a term to expire on December 31st, 2018, and 2 alternates, Joanne Bergen and Stephen Brill, for a term to expire on December 31st, 2018.
Resolution 2032, authorize appointments to the Tourist Development Commission. Councilman Mumolo?
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the appointments to George Erickson and Matt Galais as members of the Tourist Development Commission for a 2-year term effective January 1st, 2018, expiring on December 31st, 2019. Additionally, Council President Heather DeYoung is appointed as a council representative as a member of the Tourism Development Commission for a 1-year term expiring December 31st, 2018. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 2033, authorize appointments to the Ethics Information Committee. Councilman Fosman?
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the following appointments to the Ethics Information Committee. Council Vice President, Councilwoman Lisa Crate, Councilman Art Halloran, Councilwoman Mariana Poncherero, Bert P. Augustison, Allison Funuccio, Sheila Fleischman.
Resolution 2034, authorize appointments to the Sustainable Brick Township Committee. Council Vice President Crete.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the following appointments to the Sustainable Brick Township Committee for 2018. Mayor John G. Ducey, Council President Designee, me, Lisa Crate, Michael Fowler, Municipal Planner, Ken Summers, Department of Public Works Representative, Stephen Specht, Brick Township Municipal Utilities Authority Representative, Brick Township Board of Education Representative, Sharon Ercoliani, Environmental Commission Representative, John Hyphantis, PE, Resident, Roberta Cartwright, Resident, Paul J. Kurtz, Resident, Joseph Lamb, Resident, Sarah Rose Christodoulou, Resident.
Resolution 2035, authorize appointment of Class 3 Planning Board member, Councilman Halloran.
Thank you. This resolution appoints Councilman Paul Mumolo as a Class 3 member of the Planning Board and Architectural Review Committee for a 1-year term effective January 1, 2018, and expiring December 31st, 2018. Thank you.
Resolution 2036, recognize 2018 incoming officers. Bretton Woods Fire Company, President John Tracy, Vice President Dave Brown, Secretary John Rotundo, Treasurer Christopher Alfrey, Trustees Steve Gerling, Christopher Fredericks, and John Rotundo, Chief Thomas Bisbal, Assistant Chief Brian Strider, Second Lieutenant Edwin Ramos, First Engineer Thomas Thiem Jr., and Safety Officer Christopher Fredericks. Herbertsville Fire Company, Councilman Fosman.
Thank you, Council President. Herbertsville Fire Company, President Mark Christensen, Vice President Michael DeCandia, Treasurer Barry Osborne, Secretary Robert Salmon, and Assistant Treasurer James Lepore, Chief David Sanchez, Captain Daniel Sanchez, and First Lieutenant James Scott Jr.
Laurelton Fire Company, Councilwoman Zapsik.
Thank you, Council President. Laurelton Fire Company incoming officers, President Robert Contreras, Vice President Leonard Figula, Treasurer Joseph Palowitz Jr., Recording Secretary George Murphy, Corresponding Secretary Stephen Nowacki, Sergeant at Arms Christopher Havanki, Chief Paul Mazzeo, Assistant Chief Christopher Ackerman, Captains David Barenberg, Joseph Zielinski, and John Heffron III.
Pioneer Hose Fire Company, Councilman Halloran.
Thank you. President Francis Devaney, Vice President William Magnuson, Secretary Ilana Beck, Treasurer Vincent Pisatola, Chief David Lindholm, Assistant Chief Ron Gaskill, Jr., Lieutenant Francis Devaney, Second Lieutenant Joseph Ferreira, Engineer John Coster, and Safety Officers Christopher Morrison, Walter Eaton, and Brian Beeg. Thank you.
Thank you. This is the end of our consent agenda. I'd like to open it up for questions or comments to the council.
Were we going to require this as a quiz to exit today? The
Yes.
names? Yes. That was it.
Nothing else?
It's crazy.
Call for a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Pontorero and second by Councilman Halloran. Open to the public. Any questions, guys? Seeing none, close public. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Abstain on 2030 and yes to the rest.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Abstain on 2016 and 2024.
Thank you.
Bill Resolution Manual 2018, Madam Clerk.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $1,444,520.50.
Open to council. Close council. Motion and a second.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Pontorero and second by Councilwoman Zapsik. Open to the public. Seeing none, I close public. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have come to the public comments section. Madam Clerk.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Anybody like to be heard? Mr. Sluka? We did. We have. You do.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we won't start the clock till you do all the work.
Well, congratulations to all. Now you can start the clock. Here's my letter. Dear Mayor Ducey, the new and former council president, and all Brick councilmen and councilwomen. It was nice that the governor stopped in to do the swearing in and a photo op. Hopefully he got some information about what I'm going to talk about. Let me repeat myself at this meeting for about the 100th time. Yes, 5 years. A 14-foot pollution, safety, and noise wall is needed in Evergreen Woods condominium complex and other areas of Brick Township and of Ocean County. But the commissioners of the New Jersey Turnpike Authority only care about the financial well-being of their lobbyists and their advocates. They do not care for the residents of the shore communities whose lives they have shortened by the abusive policies surrounded by the Garden State Parkway. Until someone in a power position is able to step up and speak out, the residents will continue to be subjected to the ill effects of the toxins in the air, causing COPD, asthmatic attacks, premature deaths, and childhood autism. Possibly the mayor of Brick Township or the new council organization will stand up to the commissioners and their lobbyists and speak out for the sake of the people they represent. Maybe the township administration will study the situation, find out the facts for themselves, and then legally fight for the lives of the people of Brick Township. It is well past time that someone in authority is able to stop the abuse and lessen the impacts of the toxins forced into the lungs of the children, seniors, pregnant women, and general public. The various illnesses caused by the commissioners of the NJTA eat away at the lives of Brick Township citizens, and as the bureaucratic swamp of one of the most diverse, but yes, most corrupt states get rich on the backs of the New Jersey citizenry. Only time will tell if the council, the mayor, or the administration can help the residents, or will the swamp prevail. The fight will go on, and without the help of the local officials, or with the help of the local officials, but of course their support is needed. The bureaucrats are ingrained in the swamp and will be tough to clean up, but someone must take them on, and the lives of the shore residents will continue to disintegrate. As often mentioned, honest support is needed from local, regional, and state officials like the governor, state assembly members, and mayors, because the NJTA directors, along with their benefactors and their power-broking associates, will continue to reap the benefits of their ill-gotten gains. National statistics show that New Jersey roadway repairs and construction per mile cost twice as much as other states. The money does not go to the citizens who pay for the roadways, but to those commissioners and other bureaucrats along with their representatives. So we must stand together against the big government bureaucracy that seeks to control our lives and debts. It is time for all of us to stand up, speak out, and take action to end this bureaucratic swamp. And just a reminder to all, Thursday is the reorg meeting at the Board of Ed. We now have, I think it said 23% of our students in special needs, and we have almost 20% less students now than we had 10 years ago. I will yield back 1 minute and 5 seconds. Thanks for your time once again. Thank you.
Anybody else? Seeing none, close public. Moving on to council administration comments. Mrs. Bergen.
I would like to thank Art and Andrea for such wonderful leadership this past year. We truly, on behalf of all of the department heads and employees who are here today, and I'm so proud to say there are so many of them here today, we appreciate your leadership and your kindness and compassion and your willingness to work with us as we make our way through doing the best jobs that we can for you. So, and I'm also very proud of the taxpayers of Brick that they appreciated the hard work that Mayor Ducey has done for the past 4 years. He truly defines compassion and kindness and reasonableness and fairness, and he sets an example for all of us employees to do the best that we can. So I'm happy to be here today. I'm loving my job, and I feel very blessed and honored that Mayor Ducey's back for another 4 years.
Thank you, Mrs. Bergen. Mayor?
One thing I forgot to say during my remarks earlier, everybody's invited back to the River Rock, which is on Route 70. If anybody needs directions, let me know. Thanks. Happy New Year.
Mr. Starkey?
I'd just like to say to the mayor and the township council, it's been an honor to serve as your township attorney for the past 4 years. I thank you for your confidence in me and my firm and reappointing us again, and I look forward to continuing the good work, and I'd also like to say Happy New Year to you and to everyone here.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
I would like to congratulate everyone on their swearing in today, and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hartman?
Congratulations to all.
Councilwoman Zapchik.
Thank you, Council President. I would like to congratulate Mayor Ducey, Councilwoman Poncherero, Councilman Momolo, and Council President DeYoung for very much looking forward to serving with you in 2008 and beyond. I do have a couple of general announcements to make only because these things are going to happen before the next council meeting. There is a new program, a new BMAC program starting called Sports Saturday. It begins this coming Saturday, January 6th, and runs for 15 weeks. There are 2 sessions each week, an 8:30 and a 10:30. So there's 30 opportunities. It's open to boys and girls who live in Brick Township, ages 9 to 12. And it's designed to help them practice their sport safely and to hopefully avoid the incidents of a catastrophic sports-related injury that could end up with an early exposure to an opioid pain reliever. You can find out more information on the Recreation website and register there. So between the 15 weeks and the 2 sessions, there's 30 opportunities. Each session is an hour and a half. And within each hour and a half session, the children will get about 30 minutes of generalized physical fitness, about 30 minutes of sports-specific training, and about 30 minutes of general health, nutrition, drug and alcohol prevention, et cetera. And that is free to Brick Township residents, paid for by the BMAC grant. The school district, in conjunction with the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office, is holding a program at Brick High School on January 11th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. called Knockout Substance Abuse. Will feature a variety of speakers, including MMA champion Frankie Edgar, and there's no pre-registration and there's no fee. So again, Thursday, January 11th, 6 to 8:30 p.m. At Brick Township High School. And then finally, I would like to leave you all with an old Irish blessing for the new year. May love and laughter light your days and warm your heart and home. May God and faithful friends be yours wherever you may roam. May peace and plenty bless your world and joy that long endures. And may all life's passing seasons bring the best to you and yours. Thank you.
Councilman Haller.
Thank you. And that's the reason why
She goes first.
I owe a special thanks, because I neglected to specifically call out Councilwoman Zapsik's name earlier in my comments. She does such a great job. She is always on top of things that are going to benefit the residents of the town, and I want to thank her for being the vice president and supporting me so well. Thank you. We're all glad that you were reelected, Mayor. And congratulations to all the council members that were reelected. I'm very surprised, Paul, that you lost, but to Heather, it was stunning loss. But thank you to everyone. I wish you all the best for this year, and I wish everyone in town the best of 2018. Please be safe in everything you do, and let's all be kind to each other. Thank you.
Council Vice President Crate.
Yes, I actually have something to say. I also want to congratulate Mayor Ducey and the council members who are reelected. It was a great relief to know that I'll be working with the same wonderful people for the next couple of years, and I really am very appreciative of that. When I took an oath 2 years ago on this very day, and I had no expectation or understanding of what I was really stepping into. And over the past 2 years, I am very grateful to say that I have worked with some really wonderful people, all of whom are still sitting here today. I have met people with great confidence, wonderful organization skills, incredibly knowledgeable people, courageous people, people who are funny and make us laugh all the time, and caring, intelligent, and compassionate people, and fair-minded people who really genuinely work together to do the best for this town and for the people of this town. And I encourage everyone, not just sitting up here, but the people sitting in the audience and anyone that's watching or listening today, to use this new year as a way to share your gifts, whatever your gift is. If it's the gift of gab, or if you have ideas for the town or ideas for a way to just, make people happy or make the world better, please start sharing your gifts. Don't hide those away. Find out a way to get those ideas and those gifts out here, and I welcome you to come. We have a full house today, and it's wonderful. Typically, we don't. So I encourage you to come out and share your ideas and share your thoughts and share your talents with us and with everyone else in the community, because that's how we're going to make this town better than it already is, and an even better place for families. So Happy New Year to everyone. Congratulations to everyone. And we look forward to seeing maybe some people at the next town council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Mumolo.
Thank you, Council President. Congratulations, Mayor, and my fellow running mates. I'm glad I had long coattails. I look forward to working with everybody for the next 4 years. We've had some productive years, and we're doing a great job, and I think the people of the town realize that. So everybody keeps up a good work, we're going to do well. I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year, and that's it for me. I got a chance to be quiet. It's the seat.
It is.
Councilman Fosman.
Thank you. First, I'd like to congratulate Governor-elect Phil Murphy, and I'm excited about supporting his leadership in moving our great state of New Jersey forward. I'd also like to congratulate Mayor John Ducey on his victory, and my council colleagues, Councilman Paul Momolo, Councilwoman Mariana Poncherero, Councilwoman Heather DeYoung, on their awesome victory, and I'm happy to continue working with them and helping to make Brick better. I just have a quote from John F. Kennedy. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. And finally, I'd like to wish all of you a very healthy and happy and prosperous New Year. Thank you.
Councilwoman Poncherero.
Thank you. There's no one that's more blessed than myself to see 2018. I come into this year with a renewed sense of energy and appreciation for the life that I have and the life of my other residents. And it is my hope that I can, through the committee that's going to focus on health, help to bring my renewed sense of energy to our citizens and give them the help and support that I had so that they can overcome their illnesses the way that I have. I am so appreciative to my family. I'm so appreciative to the members of council. I congratulate Mayor Ducey on his win. More than anything, I want everyone in this room to remember that life is a gift. I, for a long time, did not know if I would see this year or not, but I will tell you that since I am seeing this year, I, with all of my heart, will make the absolute most out of every day that I am given on this earth to make things better for our residents. Thank you so much and Happy New Year.
Thank you. As I started thinking about what I was going to say today, I thought about how much Brick has changed for the better and how much we have accomplished over these last 4 years. The mayor, he always had the ideas, he always had the vision, and we on the council are here to support his vision, and collectively, we delivered a significant change in Brick, and we made Brick better. So thank you, Mayor, for your leadership. This year, we'll continue expanding our Buy and Brick program. Yes, I'm going to talk about the Buy and Brick program. It's been a tremendous success giving tax relief to our residents. For the merchants, the businesses that are in Buy and Brick, those that are the participants have spent over $3.2 million at those businesses, and the residents have saved over $235,000 on taxes and rebates. So it's been a tremendous success, and I thank the mayor for bringing it and allowing it to continue and thrive. This year, we also started and began a joint effort with the Department of Community Affairs Division of Local Governments to develop a bicycle and pedestrian safety master plan. This will enable us to compete for grants and begin the process to make Brick safer and friendlier for our pedestrian and bicyclists for years to come. We have accomplished a lot over these last 4 years, as you heard the mayor say before. And I go into the next 4 years with a different perspective that I didn't have 4 years ago. And each of us on this council, we each have such a unique role and unique ability. We each have our own niche of what we like to focus on. And that's, I think, what makes us so successful with the mayor as our leader. So we hope that we will continue to make Brick better. I want to reiterate, inviting you all to the River Rock after this meeting. Also, after we adjourn, all township employees, I see all of you, and Joanne knows who all of you are. You are to come up here to the dais for a family picture. Thank you. I would like to bring the Reverend Dan Schaefer up for closing prayer.
Shall we all stand, please? Let us pray. Almighty God, we stand humbly in your presence this afternoon. First of all, we thank you for this great country. We thank you for the freedom that we have. We thank you for those who pay the ultimate price, that we have that blessing and that freedom. We thank you for our police department, our fire department, and all of our agencies within this community. We thank you for your guidance and direction. We pray that you give them great wisdom in the days and months and weeks ahead. Now go with us. May your blessing be upon us, and may this be the best year of our lives. We pray in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Our next meeting is Tuesday, January 16th at 7 p.m. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion? Second.
All in favor?
Adjourned.
Aye.
Thank you.